Want to see what a high converting Shopify mobile cart actually looks like and why it boosts AOV and converts like crazy while most carts don't? In today's video, I'll break down how a mobile cart should really work and show you what actually makes people add more before checkout. For most Shopify stores, over 70% of traffic is mobile, but carts are still built like desktop leftovers, small text, too many choices, no clear direction. Multiple CRO studies show that improving the cart experience alone can lift AOV by 10 to 30% without changing traffic. So if your store is doing 10,000 a month, that's an extra 1 to 3,000 just from a better cart. And mobile shoppers don't browse, they don't compare, they decide fast or they leave. So if the cart is where most decisions happen, we need to think about it differently. A high converting mobile cart isn't about more features. It does three things well. It guides the user, removes hesitation, and keeps momentum. If a cart fails at any of these, AOV and conversions drop even with good traffic. One important thing to understand, mobile shoppers don't slowly decide, they react. And when momentum breaks, the decision resets. Now look at the default cart most Shopify stores use. You click Add to Cart, the page reloads. Everything shifts. That pauses the problem. On mobile, even one small interruption is enough. Now compare that to this. You add an item and the cart slides in instantly. No reload, no reset, you're still in the same moment. That's what a slide and cart fixes. It keeps momentum alive. On mobile, that difference is everything. But keeping momentum alone isn't enough. One of the biggest differences between average stores and stores that scale is that their cart gives shoppers clear direction. Most carts don't. You open the cart, you see the total, a checkout button, and that's it. No direction, no reason to add more. Now compare it to this. A simple progress bar answers the question instantly. How close am I to free shipping? At this point, the shopper isn't deciding if they should add more. They're deciding what to add. They see a clear option in the cart, add one more and get 10% off. It makes sense. They're already close. They add one more item and free shipping unlocks. They're not being pushed, they're being guided. And subtle signals like a reserved offer timer keep the decision active instead of letting it fade. That's how people naturally add a little more. Now, what if we want to raise AOV even more? Let's say the first goal is reached, free shipping is unlocked. That feels good. But notice what happens next. A new goal appears, spend $10 more to get a free gift. At this point, the shopper is already in motion. They already said yes once. The shopper isn't questioning the cart anymore. They're just choosing the next item. This is where in-cart upsells actually help. They're not random products, they're suggestions that fit the hero product and move the shopper toward the goal. Add one item and the gift unlocks. Nothing interrupts. The cart stays calm, the goal stays clear. Upsells don't feel like selling here. They feel like help. And when upsells help people complete a goal, they raise AOV without hurting conversion. This isn't just theory. Here's how you can apply it on a real store. If your average order value is around $40, set free shipping slightly above that, around $50. Now the goal feels reachable. Then give shoppers a clear way to get there. One small add-on, one simple bundle discount. Nothing complicated, the exact numbers matter less than the gap. You're creating a short achievable step, not a big decision. And this isn't one size fits all. Test it, try different thresholds, try different offers. Let the cart show you what your customers respond to. That's how you find what actually lifts AOV for your store. Now that the cart is guiding people to add more, there's one more shift that happens. This is the moment where shoppers answer their last questions. Should I subscribe instead of buying once? Or is there a better deal than what I picked? When these choices live outside the cart, people often miss them. But when they're visible inside the cart, they feel like options, not upsells. Subscriptions feel like convenience. Bundles feel like better value. Nothing is forced. Nothing interrupts. The cart simply makes the better choice easier. But even when value is clear, some people still hesitate. Not because of price, because of trust. Right before pressing checkout, the shopper has few more quiet questions in their head. Is this store legit? Can I return this? Is checkout safe on mobile? If the cart doesn't answer these, checkout gets delayed. That's why trust signals inside the cart matter. Simple things like a 30-day return, fast delivery, and secure payment icons, visible right at the moment of decision. Trust doesn't need explaining. It just needs to be there, and when trust is clear, checkout feels safe. And this leads to one small detail that makes a big difference. Mobile isn't a smaller desktop. It's one hand on the phone, scrolling while distracted, making a decision in seconds. If something is hard to tap, hard to read, or easy to miss, it doesn't get clicked. Tiny buttons might look nice, but they don't get used. Big tap targets win, clear spacing wins, one obvious action wins. On mobile, clarity beats design every time. This isn't about style, it's about removing friction people won't fight through. One more tiny thing most carts get wrong. They use cart setups or themes that make the checkout button disappear. You scroll, the checkout button moves or drops out of view. On mobile, that's friction. A clear, persistent checkout button keeps the decision alive. You don't hunt for the next step, it's always there. And when the next action is obvious, people take it. Conversions and AOV actually go up, not because of tricks, not because anyone is being pushed, but because the cart removes friction at the moment of decision. It's the same traffic, the same products. The only real change is how the cart helps people make the decision. This won't save a bad product or traffic that doesn't want to buy. But if people already have intent, this multiplies what you already have. Everything you saw today was done using Kaching Cart Drawer app, because it handles these things cleanly and works seamlessly with other Kaching apps like subscriptions and bundles. If you want to see how they all work together, check out this video next.